Miscellaneous minds, never explaining the minds. Devilish grin for my alias, aliens who respond. Peddling sin, thinking maybe when you get old you realize I'm not gonna fold or demise. I don't smoke crack, motherfucker, I sell it.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Ricky Gonzalez waves off this contest at 2 minutes and 47 seconds of round number 3, declaring your winner by TKO. He's still undefeated and still the WBC and Ring Magazine Super Flyweight Champion of the World, Jesse Bam Rodriguez. Dave Braslow, 119-107. Eric Marlinsky, 117-109. Steve Weisfeld, 116-110. All three for your winner by unanimous decision. And still the IBF welterweight champion of the world, Jerron Boots Ennis.
What is going on, everybody? This is Miss Lane's Minds Podcast. I'm your co-host, Boom Margato, the cat that hands your title defense back. And to my left over here is the main man, Jesus De Niro, the man that makes the fat stacks. Together from the dynamic duo that won't die, Deli Antias, but spicier content than your girls' only fans.
What is going on, everybody? Before we get into tonight's topic, please make sure to like, comment, hate, subscribe, DM us about the bullshit. And with that, let's get right into it. So, we had two big title defenses just yesterday. I'm going to lie, I think one was a better looking one than the other, but let's go over them. So, Bam Rodriguez defended his title, and I'll be honest with you, he did it in spectacular fashion. He knocked out Guevara in the third round, near the end of the third round. I'm not lying, man. The duck under uppercut, I thought looked fucking phenomenal, man. I actually sent it to my boy here when he was at work when it was going on, so I sent it over to him. And I'm not lying, man. Guevara got up one more time, but after that, it was basically over. I mean, it was maybe like another couple seconds. It was interesting, man. I thought Guevara was doing okay. I don't think he was looking great, but Bam, he's just another beast, man. Like I said, the last time we saw Bam, we actually went and saw the fight live, and it was really interesting. I was a little surprised just because, again, Bam got knocked down for the first time, and it went against a veteran, someone that's a little bit more long in the tooth, so to speak. But it definitely looks like it didn't shake Bam at all, man. Bam came out and did his thing. He got the knockout, the beautiful knockout, too. It was a great look, and I think now people are definitely speculating about a lot of other people that Bam should be facing for, that he's ready for, that, he should step up in competition. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm here for it. We're actually going to do a completely separate video about that. But I think Bam looked great. The knockout looked phenomenal. I think all the push that Bam is being given is definitely worth it. So I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it. And the next couple of potential opponents that Bam has, I think are going to be great fights if he fights them, whether it's here or whether it's abroad. What do you think about that, my man?
He definitely looked absolutely explosive, especially against Pedro. I remember the first knockdown that he actually gave Pedro. It was from an explosive left hand, and he basically sent him down. And anybody that was in commentary didn't see the knockdown until it happened like like a couple seconds after the left hand came. And even Guevara, we was holding still for like a good second, and then he just came tumbling down. And it was after that where he gave the duck and the uppercut, which again, it just shows how explosive and fast that Jesse Bam Rodriguez is. And it definitely shows that he actually is a danger at that division. Again, we're going to talk in length about the speculative fights that he might have on the horizon. But yeah, it looks like the Bam Rodriguez train isn't slowing down anytime soon. And if anything, it's picking up steam, and it's picking up steam very fast, especially after this title defense.
If you guys watched his previous fight, previous to Guevara, when he faced El Gallo Negro, Bam was asked about some potential next opponents. And I'm not lying, man. If Bam does go up against these potential next opponents, it's going to be interesting as hell, man. Especially because one of them ain't no joke. I mean, to be fair, none of them are jokes. But I think one in particular is a dangerous cat. But it'd be a phenomenal fight for everybody, man. It'd be a great fight for everybody to watch. But like I said, we'll do a separate video on that. It'll be interesting. Shout out to Bam. Looked good in there. Did his thing. Got the knockout as he should have. And respect to everybody involved. That being said, let's move on to the next fight. Ennis versus, what do you say his name again?
Shakazian.
Shakazian. I was don't know how to say his name. Ennis versus Kazian. There was a couple things, a little bit of controversial things. Ennis got warned a couple times throughout the fight about going a little bit too low, picking up his punches. That being said, it went to a unanimous decision, 12 rounds. I think obviously there was no controversy. I think everybody fully accepts the fact that Ennis won the fight. There's a couple of knockdowns there by Ennis that looked really good to him. Looked like Shakazian just couldn't take the power of Ennis. It looks like Boots was just too much, overwhelming him, speed, power, all that. Don't get me wrong, Shakazian, he made it to the 12th round, so shout out to him for making it to the very end, especially against a tough customer like Boots Ennis. But it was a quintessential win for Boots Ennis. I don't think he could have really asked for much more unless, he would have got that knockout. But either way, listen, man, Boots did his thing. Again, I was before, when we did our review of the fight before it happened, I was hoping that this would open the door to much bigger fights for Boots because Boots definitely deserves it. I feel like Boots' name is just not as big as it should be. And listen, I feel like a lot of people... a lot of boxing experts say, hey, man, Boots has the skills, blah, blah, blah. They give him all his accolades. They just say, but he's just not a star, and that's why he's not getting these bigger fights. And to a certain degree, I actually do agree with that. Fortunately, Boots Ennis, he's great at what he does, great boxer. To a certain degree, he's exciting. But the man needs to talk himself up more, man. The man needs to put on a show a little bit more for himself. Now, I'm not talking about in the ring, because in the ring he definitely does that. But I'm talking about on behind the scenes. He needs to do a little bit more shit talking. He needs to get in people's faces a little bit more arrogant. Get in there because he should be getting the bigger fights. He should be getting a lot of the people that have been speculated to be ducking him. He should be getting those fights. So hopefully this is at least one step towards that. Again, I think he looked good. Only thing that would have made it better was if he would have got the knockout. Either way, I thought it was a good fight. Duran looked good. Again, a little bit of things he could have done better. Again, picking up the punches and whatnot. Other than that, I think the man looked great. I'm definitely looking forward to another Boots Ennis fight, hopefully against a top contender. What do you think about that, my man?
The fight itself was kind of wonky because there was mild controversy again with the low blows or whatever, and even from Chakazian's corner, I guess his coach was actually giving him conflicting information as how well he was doing in the fight. So his ref was definitely giving a lot of conflicting information. I guess when Chakazian was picking up steam, I guess his coach was telling him to take it easy, and I guess when they were losing, there was his coach was definitely giving conflicting information for Chakazian. It's one of those things where his coach definitely does need to go to the drawing board. I think he definitely didn't do Chakazian any justice, but at the same time, after the fight, Chakazian was saying of Ennis that he was actually a little too good for welterweight, which, look, Ennis definitely did do that fight justice, but I don't think he's too good for welterweight at this point. I definitely do think Ennis should get more fights in the welterweight division, but saying that he's too good for welterweight is okay, you're kind of embellishing the victory a little bit. Now, granted, Ennis himself, again, like you said, he actually does deserve a lot of more fights, but I think he actually, if we're going to go with the claim by that same fighter saying that he's too good for welterweight, I think we're going to have to go against other fighters in the welterweight division before we decide that he's way too good for it. I think something as embellishing of a victory as that, I was okay, we kind of need to back it up. We're going to need more fights to confirm whether or not that was actually true or not. The sad part about this is like I said in our initial video for this, is that unfortunately, because he just now lost twice where the IBF title was on the line, Chakazian's basically going to bottom of the list as far as getting a rematch anytime soon for that. So I mean, it's sad, but I mean, at least he's taking it in stride. At least he's giving Ennis his flowers as to whether or not he thought the fight was good or not.
Yeah, listen, I agree with you. Unfortunately for Shakazian, I think this might be the last time he gets a shot at the title. To be honest with you, I mean, if we're being honest, man, he got a shot at the title just because unfortunately Ennis can't get somebody else. But listen, that being said, I know that Ennis called out Ryan Garcia and Virgil Ortiz at the post-fight press conference, which, listen, I'm here for both of those fights, man. If I'm being honest, I think either Ryan or Virgil would give him a little bit more notoriety, especially if he fights Ryan. Obviously, Ryan, the last time Ryan fought, he fought at 143. So they need to discuss, at what weight they're gonna fight, given Boots is a little bit up higher in weight. As far as Virgil Ortiz has only, recently only started campaigning at 140, so definitely same thing they'd have to work out some sort of potential weight, maybe meeting at a potential weight catch weight, or maybe even going up to 147 and so on. Other than that, listen, I know obviously Ennis wanted the fight against Crawford. I'll be honest, it kind of seems like Crawford's wanting to retire. Looks like he's really putting all his eggs in the I want to fight Canelo basket, which, who knows if that'll ever happen. But yeah, man, it was definitely a good fight for both Bam and Ennis. I think they both got a little bit more notoriety, a little bit more accolades. So hopefully they both start getting bigger and better fights. Not to say that these weren't good, but I think they could both do better. It'll be interesting to see what happens moving forward, especially with the potential opponents that they've either called out or that are being linked directly to them. So yeah, we'll keep tuned. We'll keep you guys updated. It'll be interesting moving forward. And with that, make sure to like, comment, hate, subscribe, DM us about the bullshit, and
Until next time, get rest and stay blessed. We'll see you in the next one.